Night is fallen once more over Red Sky Bay, and, this episode I wanted to talk about something a little bit less upbeat, maybe? I want the episode to be fun. I'm always gonna want the episode to be fun, no matter how serious or goofy the topic is. But I wanted to talk today about Adam West, who just, about maybe 10, 20 minutes before I started recording this, I just heard that he had passed away at the age of 88. And for those of you guys who don't know, Adam West was an actor who played Batman on the 1960s Batman show. And this was like this bright, colorful television series. A lot of people think of Batman as dark, brooding, metal. But, Batman can be a lot of different things. And this particular incarnation of Batman was almost cartoony. It was, some people use the word campy to describe it, which means like self-aware, over-the-top, bright, colorful, cheerful, and goofy. And like all the bad guys in Batman were still trying to do bad things, and Batman was still a vigilante who was working to stop them, but it was a goofy show where when Batman punched a bad guy, the word like bam or pow would appear. And I grew up watching that show. It was on every day, every weekday after school, like in the evening while my mom was cooking dinner, and it was a good kind of fun thing to watch, and it definitely shaped some of my enthusiasm for exciting writing. I didn't write. It's hard to do any sort of eulogy if you know the person, and I didn't know Adam West personally, but I appreciated his work, and even talking about that off the cuff with so little time to process this, because like I said, I just found out about this about 20 minutes ago. I felt like I wanted to take a little bit of time and reflect on how his bright and cheerful presentation of Batman really, I don't know, I think it made a little bit of a difference. Look at me, people. I'm building a mansion with a cave underneath. Clearly there was something that stuck. This might not be a bat pole, and the cave down here might not be for fighting crime, but here we are, 40 years after the show came out, and, I'm still thinking about it regularly. It was a good show, and it's important, for people to make things that show the serious problems that our society has. I love The Wire. I love shows that help us be more empathetic to those in need or those having trouble. But, still at the same time, there is something valuable to having something that lets you escape every so often. And I think that should be just kind of kept in mind occasionally. I want to do things that are important and cool and helpful and informative, but sometimes you guys just need something that's bright and goofy. And so that's what we're going to do today. We are just going to go and hopefully make something bright and goofy. It's funny because, the descriptions of this house in the book that I'm drawing from doesn't include quite as much color as I've ended up adding, but I think it definitely, in some ways, the bright, goofy, terrible wallpaper makes the house creepier. And yeah, I don't know. I probably shouldn't have even started talking about this because I don't have a well-reasoned, well-executed eulogy prepared or for Adam West, and he deserves that. And there will be people in the coming days who do write great things about this guy and about his work. And I didn't know him personally. I didn't work closely with him. Those people will have so many better, more eloquent things to say than I have. But I just wanted to recognize that the impact he has had on my life, and also just to say that, grief is a weird thing. And what I'm experiencing is not grief in any way like someone who knew him would experience. Well, I might feel like him dying is something that I will miss him, or I will miss his work, but his work succeeds him, But, like, that is just like a tiny infinitesimal fraction of the experience that those close to him are experiencing. And even with that, I'm having a hard time putting my words together. And so, when you experience grief in your life, or even grief-adjacent states, it's okay to be inarticulate, I believe, as long as you try to focus everything that you're experiencing in a creative way. And that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to focus in a creative way on getting things done and making things happen. So, let's, I don't know, maybe I'm going to return to this later in the episode, maybe I won't. I feel like I've said everything I have to say, but when I've had so little time to think about it, it's entirely possible I'm going to go, oh, and here's 15 more great things Adam West did, and here's why he's the best ever. Because, you don't have to have a name that rhymes with best to be the best, but it certainly helped. I mean, you could call him Adam Best, although that's not his name. Don't actually do that. That might be disrespectful to the dead. But yeah. Somebody who believed in fun, I think, would be a good way to describe him. And some days it's hard to believe in fun, but I think it should be encouraged. I'm not saying that fun should be everything, but I feel like there's something there. Like, in the same way that people have like, oh, David Tennant was my doctor, like Doctor Who, because he was the first Doctor Who really resonated with me. Like, Adam West was the Batman of my childhood, and in a lot of ways, to me, he will always be Batman. Even though other people do amazing jobs with their presentations of their representations of the concept of the character of Batman. Like, Adam West was my Batman when I was a child, and, it's kind of one of those things where, like, even though he wasn't really Batman, every time somebody like that passes away, it's a little bit more responsibility for all the rest of us to take on, Like, he's not there anymore to keep doing that work. The work of entertainment, not the work of vigilante penguin fighting. But, and so we are all going to have to do a little bit more to create a more fun world, or a more patient world. I don't know if I should even say patient. Why am I saying that? I don't know that he was a patient person. I never saw him as a real, like, I never met him as a man. I don't know if he was a patient man. But, like, his Batman was actually remarkably patient in a lot of ways, with, like, he was interested in teaching or educating in a way that a lot of other more loner-oriented versions of Batman weren't. Like, the way he and Robin interacted, he was very, very patient, I think. But I haven't watched the 60s Batman for, I don't know, well, probably 25 years now, so I might be completely misremembering. But anyway, it's just something, yeah. I have no right to be upset about his death in the way that those close to him are, and I certainly am not experiencing anything like what they are. So, I just had some thoughts and I wanted to share them, and I hope that they're helpful to you guys in some way. That is how the sheep are getting out. They are using the ladder. Okay, dang it. It's always something around here. But anyway, I figure this episode we're going to grab some more materials to continue working on our house. There's always so much to do. Although, maybe I should just kind of clean up a few things around here that I need to get to. Like this flying dirt. Like, let's just... Sometimes cleaning can be therapeutic when you've got stuff on your mind and you're not sure what to do about it. So, why don't we just come up here and fix this flying dirt and that flying stone? That's been bugging me for months, and I've never gotten to it. So, you know what? the best type of, I don't know, I find that, like, when I'm not sure about something, or if I'm having a hard time putting my thoughts together on something, it's good to just go around and take care of a few things I've been meaning to get to anyway, because even if I don't clear up all my thoughts, even if I don't resolve exactly what it was I was having a hard time sorting through, in the very least, I'm like, oh yeah, but at least I, greased the hinges on that door that was squeaky. I've been meaning to do that forever, so I can feel like I got something done, rather than just feeling like, I spent all day struggling with this concept or trying to make sense of this issue and, or these feelings, and I got nothing done. I wasted the whole day. It's like, no, I got something done that I wouldn't have otherwise. So, anyway, where were we? We have so much to do. I want to go ahead and store a bunch of the materials I've already gathered, and then I'm going to run to the Nether, because we still don't actually have, dang it, a good way to grow netherwort here, and I think I'm going to want some netherwort. So we're going to go collect some soul sand and try to get a small netherwort farm going this episode instead of just doing all housework. Let's go ahead and get on that now. Time skip! I mean, worst case, I can cook some of this netherrack and get nether brick, which I'm going to want for, like, an unknowable number of builds. Probably want to switch to fortune for this. Fortune 3 cuts quartz in half and then into thirds. Fortune 3 is quarter. Fifth now. It's literally absurd. Okay. So we are now over some sort of lava pool, which is terrifying in many, many ways. We're going to get some extra ground between us and the bottom of the lava pool, where the surface... Ooh, quartz. I could always use more of that. I hear a lot of fire. That makes me think there's something directly above me. Whoa. Glad that I did not run too quickly. Ooh, this is perilous. Okay. As much as I love infinite peril, I think I'm going to go this way and try to find finite soul sand. Now, if I diagonally cut down here with some stairs, then I will fill those stairs with lava. Hello, lava. Okay, next problem. Okay, so we're going to go this way and try to make some stairs here. Hopefully not the same kind of lava-filled burn festival that we were looking at there. Okay, we got some magma blocks. That's cool. Those usually appear near the surface. So, good. That means we're out here now. Not a lot of soul sand. Oh, there's a lot of soul sand. Hey, you soul sand. Here we go. This is the sort of party we would like to attend. If there were party hats, we would probably have chipped in for the expense because we are just that kind of person. So we're going to jump up here and just grab as much soul sand as we can without striking any pig man in the face with a shovel. If I've learned one thing from the movie Home Alone, it's that being hit in the head with a shovel is unpleasant. And you don't want to end up in somebody's, like, trash can full of salt. So, these guys, you gotta demonstrate empathy. They don't want to get hit in the head with a shovel. They're looking at you with that shovel. They're going, hey, Joe Hills, are you gonna put me in a trash can full of salt? And the answer, of course, is no, I don't have that. There's no salt in Minecraft. But, the imagination of the pigmen exceeds that of the game's designers. Well, no, that can't be true. But it might be. I dare to dream. And when I play Minecraft, I like to imagine that other people and other creatures can imagine. And I imagine they don't want to be hit in the face with a shovel. I feel like that's a reasonable thing to imagine. So, anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and mine out some of this, and hopefully no gas will spawn and nothing will be terrible forever. So, let's go ahead and grab, ooh, more quartz. This is a very profitable trip so far. Not that I'm, like, running by the rules of acquisition here or anything, but, like, I'm acquisitioning quite a bit, and it rules. So, hey, more quartz. We are definitely off the beaten trail, it seems. Now, there could always be pockets of lava in here, so we gotta be careful. Full of care. That's what my garbage can is full of, care, not salt. Well, I don't see the ghast, which I think means the ghast doesn't see me. Although, ghasts, I think, might have 360-degree vision, whereas I only have like 120 degree vision, which is still pretty hot, either Fahrenheit or Celsius. I would not want to be looked at by somebody whose eyes burned me to 120 degrees on either scale. Kelvin, that would be a lot colder. That'd be like if Superman was like looking at you with his freezing breath instead of his laser eyes. But both of those equally undesirable. Do not want. Blue sky above, blue bay below. The nether's behind us, or in front of us technically, though it's through a portal. We have reemerged in the correct dimension. We have come back to a land of blue skies and green grass and terrible haunted houses. So we're going to go ahead and take some of that quartz that we achieved, or accrued. We didn't achieve quartz. We had quartz thrust upon us. But we're going to go ahead and just put that right there. Boom. So that'll kind of fix this. This will all look a little bit better now, I think. And we're going to want to take some of this soul sand here and set up a netherwort farm. And I've been thinking, like, where do I want to set up a netherwort farm? Really, you can grow netherwort anywhere in Minecraft. Unlike a lot of things in Minecraft, it doesn't depend on certain light levels. Like, mushrooms have to be below a certain light level. Crops have to be above a certain light level. Same thing for trees. But netherwort, you can pretty much just grow anywhere. So let's see, I had a sampling of some netherwort that I grabbed at the nether a while back. I just didn't have the soul sand to dig it with, or to plant it in. So let's real quickly just think about around the bay, where would be a good place for a netherwort farm. I kind of like the idea of planting it in this cave here, because I've got this cave walkway thing that I don't really do anything with. I haven't decorated it in any way, and this isn't going to be some sort of fancy automated soul sand farm. This is just going to be a nice place that we can grow a little bit of soul sand, you know? Just casual, you know, on the side soul sand. Yeah, I think that replacing this dirt here, you know, this could kind of give this cave a little bit more character. And also, it's not a huge build, because we don't need to do like a gigantic build every time we want something done. We just need to get it done. Given that I have 18 soul sand, or 18 netherwort now, I mean, I could plant all 18 of them right here. The chunks will always be loaded because I'm always in the neighborhood of this. Yeah, this is already a larger farm than our seeds can support. Hey, sorry, sheep. Can you just back off a little bit here? Boom. Netherwort farm complete. And we got a little bit more atmosphere on the way to our house. A little splash of color. I think that's pretty great. You know, that tree, it's funny. I love having it so close to the house because it grows really fast every time I replant it and harvest it. But, you know, having it visible right when you come through the cave there, it's definitely kind of messing with the silhouette against the sky I was going for. So I think I might go ahead and harvest that now and then slightly move the end result. So here we go. Let's we gathered something red, now we'll gather something green. We've gathered something bright. Next, something unseen. What could we gather that's unseen? If I actually did say as an objective for this episode, let's find something that cannot be visualized, what would that be? Would that be a dream, a wish, a hope, a fear? Now that the logs have all been sawed, or axed at least, to leave, the netherrack that I've built here to reach the last bit of the tree is all gone. And the saplings have begun to rain down upon us. Now we're going to need 4 to replant the tree if we want it in gigantic configuration, so hopefully these will decay in such a way that we can gather 4 and plant a new quad somewhere outside of the visual silhouette of the death house here. I'm thinking though too, oh hey, there we go, there's 4 already. Let's go ahead and maybe, if we were going to have a more jungular part of the bay, something more tropic, we've got kind of our not grove, but our boreal efforts are primarily focused in this portion of the map, it feels like. Mostly because that crazy big pig sculpture required so much wood to build that boat around. You know, it's funny because during the day, it doesn't occur to me how dark it is for the pig tourists at night. I'm not usually over here at night. wow, this is... I need I need to add some buoys or something. Like, something so they can get a little... Now I'm... Man, inverboard. I fell into the boat. Would have been better if I fell the other way, because then I could keep seeing the pigs. And also put this boat down that I was going to use to escape. It's not really escaping if I'm moving from one part of my base to another, is it? It's just moving. So here's my favorite thing about the death house so far, is this window. Oh wait, this lack of windows here has kind of put me into an awkward situation with some of the locals. I clearly need to go and get some panes of glass and just actually drop those in there, because the last thing I need to do is have another face-off with a skeleton with his face off, because Mr. No-Face has infinite arrows, and I have the opposite of I'm approaching 0. Oh wait, I'm at 0 in terms of the arrows that I possess. So I'm just gonna run back up here. Was that in this room? No, it wasn't. Whoa, for a second I thought that was a creeper. It wasn't in this room, but you know what? This room also could use some window panes. So here we go. Just get these in like so. And then we'll go upstairs. I'm going to hate putting a wall in there, because then I can't just use that shortcut all the time. I love that shortcut. But ultimately, in the final version of the house, that's only going to be accessible from the attic and the basement. So the idea is that in order to get to the dungeon in the basement, the players will have to run all the way up to the top of the house. Now, they don't have to go through every room on the way, but they can if they want. Although that might just increase the odds of them, being perilously endangered in the meantime. Well, the moon is rising behind the stone, and the sun is setting beyond the snow. These windows we have glassed blackly, but I think that we should drop down here rapidly. Yeah, there we go. Oh no, I fell on a shelf. I'll never forgive myself. Shelf and self only rhyme if you don't say shelf twice. If you say forgive my shelf after saying shelf, you've screwed up. Hey, look at me. I'm Joe Hills. Good to meet you. I've screwed up. But you know what I haven't screwed up? Is these awesome walls. So this soul sand is really going to make this dungeon feel a lot more rough-hewn and unstable. Like, this is a place that is dug out underneath someone's house. This is not a good place to be. This is not an especially safe place to be. There's going to be some supports in here, kind of shoring it up as you go. And I think that that's going to really add to the kind of experience when the hermits come down here. Because, like, if you're in a stone place like this, you're pretty... It doesn't feel like it might collapse at any minute. But I want this to feel like this is a bad place to be. This is not a good place to be. I do need to have torches down here, though, so mobs don't spawn for right now. We're going to have it be a lot more moody when we get it set up for real. But yeah, just kind of going through here with a bit of this soul sand. I'm still going to need some cobblestone mixed in for the stairs, because there's no such thing as soul sand stairs. That's a hard thing to say 3 times fast. Soul sand stairs, soul sand stairs, soul sand stairs. Don't try this at home, guys. I'm a paraprofessional. I think paraprofessional is one of my favorite words. It's like... It kind of reminds me of parachuting, but it also means I'm not good at what I do. And when you associate anything with parachuting, not being good at what you do is probably not the optimal outcome. It's an interesting juxtaposition, I find. Paraprofessional. I don't know. Sorry. I'm just going to sit here saying that and laughing to myself quietly for a little while. Time skip. Paraprofessional. Paraprofessional. Now, I haven't worked out exactly what I'm going to do with the floors yet, or the ceilings, but something like podzol and dirt would probably be good. I'm going to end up mixing those in with the soul sand as well here. Just wanted to get a sense of... Oh, okay, every time I see those vines, I think they're a creeper. I think having areas of different quality of construction will actually say something interesting to the players about each of the rooms, as well as, being more visually interesting for the viewers. So, yeah, let's do that. So basically, I'm going to put in a soul sand base for some of the areas. I'm going to leave the stone base for others, and I'm going to find ways based on the text to justify the quality of construction in each space. But yeah, like this back here, if you come in here and you see that there, see that definitely now it has more pop. Even it feels further back. There's maybe more depth. When you're using the word pop to mean depth, you're either making fun of a graphic designer or you have been one in the past. But yeah, there you go. That is pretty good. I like that. And then we can also throw in more of these jungle frames here to help this room feel like it could come down. Well, we definitely got a good start here. Everything that I do in Minecraft is always so incremental. It's evolutionary. Everything grows a little bit every day over time. Like these vines. The difference is that the vines will be harvested for their... Actually, these vines won't. I'm leaving these in here forever because these are the way up and down this secret passage. In the book, it's a spiral staircase, but there's realistically no way to do a spiral staircase this tight in Minecraft without actually just building a... I guess you'd call it a ladder. But yeah, I'm not going to do that. No ladders for us today. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us today here on the Hermitcraft server. A new dawn has come, a new day has begun. And like the spring, the episode sprung. Or at least it's wound. Well, I'll come around. You'll come around. Everybody get around and I'll get around. Okay, anyway, I'm just rambling now. I need to end the episode. So anyway, until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. Try to do something fun today. Just, if you can.